Hello guys, today in this tutorial I will basically build out a full video converter inside FFmpeg library inside Node.js, Express and Socket.io with Progressbar. This is the complete project on your screen right here guys. So let me show you a very short demo of this project, what we will be building in this tutorial. So this UI is very simple guys. We have a choose file button and we also have a select list where different formats are there: MP4, AVI, MOV, 3GP, FLV. And this UI is constructed using Tailwind CSS, which is a CSS framework for building user interfaces. And now let me show you the functionality. My Node.js Express server, you can see basically it is running on localhost 3000. And we are actually using socket.io to basically show a progress bar whenever the processing is taken place using FFmpeg. So now if I select a video file, let's suppose I select this video file, AVI file is selected. You will see the extension is .avi. And now if I want to convert this into MP4, I will simply click the convert button. So as I click the convert button guys, I will see a progress bar. So whenever the progress conversion begins to 100%, now your file is downloaded. Now as you can see, the link is clickable. If I click the file, my file will be downloaded. So if I play the downloaded file guys, my file has been successfully converted to MP4 file here. So you can basically see guys, the interface is very simple. You need to select your video file, and if you want to convert this into, let's suppose, FLV, click on convert, and again this conversion this progress bar will show. After that your file will be downloaded. You will see this is now a FLV file. So this will play inside this video player. So I don't have a player for FLV. So this will be the project guys we will be building in this tutorial. Quite a good amount of libraries are using in this project. First of all, let me show you the libraries. So npmjs.com, just go to it. I will show you all the packages. So first of all, we are using Express.js, which is used to build out a backend server for Node.js applications. So we are using this module. Simple command npm I express, and it's a very popular module, 12 million weekly downloads. And then we are using guys socket.io. Socket.io is basically a Node.js real-time protocol. You may say it's a library for building real-time applications such as chatting applications, or if you want to make a poll, real-time poll. 2 million weekly downloads are there. It has its own official website as well. You can check out. They have a great documentation, socket.io. Just read more about it if you want to explore the library. And all the source code guys of this video converter is given in the description of the video. You can check out the full source code, and you can purchase it. The link is given in the description of the video. So I will be showing you step by step. And the next set of dependencies are guys Malter library we are using guys for actually uploading the files. So this is the actual library. Again, it's a very famous 1 million weekly downloads. And we will see guys as we build out the project some more dependencies. And one other, let me show you, Fluent-FFMPEG. It's basically a wrapper library which is available in Node.js. If you want to execute FFmpeg commands, this library makes it very much easy in Node.js to execute FFmpeg commands. So we will be using this library. 155,000 weekly downloads are there. So let's start building this application. So what I will do is that I need to basically make a new directory here, and just go to the projects directory and just make a new project here. Make a new directory, video converter project. CD into this. And then guys, we need to initialize the package.json file. First of all, need to open this inside Visual Studio Code text editor. So I have opened this right here, and right here we need to make a package.json file. So npm init-y. So this will create an empty package.json file. So if you don't want you can see it was created. And now we need to install packages: Express, Malter, socket.io, and then we also need Fluent-FFMPEG, and one more dependency, Progress. So these are, I think, 5 dependencies are using guys. You will see Express for the backend server, Malter for file upload, socket.io for adding progress bar real-time tracking, and then Fluent-FFMPEG for doing the video converter, and last library is progress. It is used basically for calculating the progress bar, how much time is remaining, how that's one. So just install these 5 packages, guys. After that we will actually write our index.js file and start our backend server code. So after you do this, one other dependency is needed, guys. I forgot to tell you. FFprobe. FFprobe, basically it's a part of FFmpeg, double FRPROBE. It is used to get the metadata information about the input video file, such as the total duration of the input file or total the what is the extension of the video file. So it will basically return the metadata of the input file in the JSON response. It's a very useful library. So just now make a index.js file right here in the root directory, guys. Here we will now write our JavaScript code. So first of all, guys, what we need to do right here, we now need to import all the packages. So we now need to import the Express library. We will say require Express. We also need to import the Malter library. Just require the Malter library package. Import that. We also need to import the FFmpeg module, Fluent-FFMPEG, and then we also need to import the Progressbar library. So require this progress, and we also need to import FFprobe. So this is used to get the metadata of the input file. And after that, guys, we also need to have the built-in dependency, which is HTTP. This is required, guys, to make a HTTP server, and also we will use socket.io. So we need to require it also, socket.io. And lastly, file system module will also be used, guys. So we need to require the built-in module, which is for file system. So we have required all the packages. Now we need to make a simple backend Express server like this, and now we need to make the server. So with the help of HTTP, it contains a method which is create server, and here we will pass the reference of the Express server. So we have passed the Express server, guys, into this create server method, and now it has created our server here. We can now listen this server. We can listen this server on port number, let's suppose 3000, and we can in the callback function we can say that app is listening on port 3000. So what I can do is that I can stop the previous app which is running. So I can simply stop this and close that window, and if I now say nodemon index.js, you will basically see, guys, a message will be printed out, app is listening on port 3000. So what we need to do right here is, guys, we also need to start socket.io on this server. So how we can do that? It's very simple. What we need to declare a variable here, input output. You can call this anything, but here we will pass the reference of socket.io to this created server. Here we need to pass the server as the argument to the socket.io constructor. That's all. So if you do right here, now we have this variable, and inside this variable we can attach some events out there. So one such event is called as on, and it listen for various events. One such event is connection. So whenever a client is connected, guys, its socket object will be contained inside the callback function, and here we can simply say socket console log socket. So here what we need to do is that now we need to create the index.html file. So whenever there is a client connected, then this information will be console log. So here we need to create a public folder, and inside this we need to create a static file index.html, and now to make that directory, guys, public directory as static, in Express there is a middleware line that you can write app.use express.static, and we can provide the directory name which is public. So essentially what it has done, it has made the public directory as static. So now we can store all the CSS, images, JavaScript files inside this public directory. That's all. And after that, now, guys, what we need to do is that we now need to create a simple file here. Let me create a H1. This is a heading. That's all. And the important thing is that now we need to import the CDN of the socket.io library. So the link is given, guys, all the source code is given. So just include the CDN of socket.io, and after you include the CDN of socket.io in the HTML file, we just need to start this in the client side as well. So inside the JavaScript part, you just need to say here socket create and IO call this function. That's all. So in this way, we have initialized the socket.io library in the client side by calling this reference IO constructor. That's all. So this will start this, and just see, if you execute this, if you refresh the application, you will basically see already a socket reference has been returned to us in the console, and you will see that basically this is essentially a socket object, guys. It contains various information about that socket, what is the server, event, all such information. So essentially we can console log a simple information in new line, a new client connected. That's all. So whenever we go to the browser in localhost 3000, this message will pop in. So this is one socket, this is one client connected. So let's suppose you open a new tab once again in the browser, incognito window. I open this localhost. This is another client in socket.io. So these are two different people which has opened the application, but in socket.io there are two clients connected. And if you see in the app console, basically this you can see that. So essentially three messages are popped in. So every time you open the application, this message will pop in. So because every client is different. So in now we have successfully configured the socket.io library as well, guys. Now what we need to do, we just need to create a directory for storing the uploaded files. So just create a uploads directory. Here we will store all the uploaded files that we will be uploading through the HTML file. So just create this file, and we have required the Malter library, and now we will set it up. So now to set up configure Malter library, it's very simple how we do this. So now we just need to initialize a storage object. So inside Malter there is a method called as dist storage, and it contains a destination. It's a callback function, and inside this we will provide the directory wherever you need to store your file. So inside this we are providing the directory name, which is uploads. The next option it takes is the file name, and here this is also a callback, and this will be the simple name given to the file which are stored in the uploads folder. So we will be giving the original name, so file.original name. That's all. So after you do this, guys, now we can simply pass this storage object to the Malter library. So Malter constructor we will call, and we will pass the storage as storage. That's all. So this is your upload middleware is ready, guys. Now we can basically make a post request. First of all, we now need to write a actual form. So here we now need to include the Tailwind CSS, guys, CDN. So this you can include it. The links are given. Basically, just after the title, you can include the CDN for Tailwind. And let me change the title as well, video converter. So inside this right here, guys, we will give it a class to the body. So Tailwind classes, guys, you can attach different classes in Tailwind to basically give the styles. We will give these classes here: flex, item center, justify center. So just to make the layout right in the center. So if you just do that, your background color will be changed. You can see it is changed to little bit gray, and now we just need to add some elements on the screen. So we will basically add a card here. It will have a background color of white, padding 8. It will be rounded, and it will have a shadow on medium devices. Width will be full, and small devices width will be 96. So these are the classes here, and inside this we will have a heading here, 5 pixel, and font bold, and margin bottom 8, and here we will say video converter. So it will basically show something like this. If I refresh now, so it will see something like this. So what we need to do is that I need to decrease this width 3 XL, just make it 3 XL. So now it will look something like this. So after this heading, guys, we now need to have the simple form, and this form we will give it an ID so that we can target in JavaScript, and we will giving a class of margin bottom 8. And inside this, guys, we will have an input field, input type file, where the user can select the video file. We will giving a name attribute to it, video file. It will only accept video files, so video slash star, and we will give it a class of tailwind class of, we will give it a border of p2, padding to width will be full. And after that, we will have a select field where the user can select different formats. Name parameter we will give is video format. ID we will give as video format, and we will give it a class as well, which is border p2 width full, margin bottom 4. And inside this select field, guys, we will have different options. Option value AVI, MP4, and it will be selected by default. So selected, just make the option selected by default whenever you load the page. So we will have different option, 3GP, then we will have FLV, and then lastly MOV. So if you refresh, guys, basically we have a input field, we have the select field right here. Lastly, we just need a button right here to submit the form. So we will have a button of convert. So button type will be submit, and class BG blue 500, text white PX4, PY2, and it will be rounded, margin top 4, width full. These are the tailwind classes. If you refresh now, we will have a button right here, and the UI is almost complete here. So just after this form, guys, right after this, inside the div, we will also show the progress bar. So basically this progress bar will be hidden by default whenever you load the page. You will only be showing the progress bar whenever you click the button, and that's why will display will be none. So progress bar will not be shown whenever you load the page. So we will give it a class to the heading, which is text 2XL, font bold, margin bottom 4, and inside this we will say conversion progress. So then we will have a simple progress element inside HTML. So you give it an ID to it, progress bar. Maximum value will be 100, and the current value will be 0. We'll give it a class of width full, margin bottom 4. Just do this. So it's a progress element, guys, progress bar. That's all. And we will be having a paragraph as well. ID is equal to progress text. So we will be animating it based upon the data received from the backend server using socket.io. So it will be happening. So let's just watch the full video, guys. This is just the UI portion. So if I change this to display block, you will basically see the progress bar as well. It will look something like this. You will have this. So this progress bar will dynamically be changed at runtime whenever the file is being progressed. So let me change to display none. So if I make this, it will be hidden by default. I think now we at last we will also be giving a download link to the user guys to actually download the file. So we will have an anchor tag. We will be giving a ID to it of download link, and it will also be display to none. It will be hidden by default, and we will also be giving a download parameter to it. We will be giving a class to it of block BG blue, background will be blue and 500, text center and text will be white, padding will be 4 from the X direction, padding white 2, margin top 4, and it will be rounded, and the text will be download converted file. That's all. So I think this completes the UI guys. That's all for the UI, and now we will actually write our JavaScript code here. So here we will actually target the form element. So for targeting the form guys, basically we will use document.getElement by ID, and we have given the form and ID upload form. If you check, basically we have given the form and ID here, upload form. So we are just targeting it, and we are attaching a add event listener. So whenever the form submits guys, so this callback function will execute, and I will basically write this JavaScript code in a different file guys, just for the clarity. I will say script.js. I will make a different file. So copy this code and paste it in the separate file. So make a file here, script.js, and paste this code. Format. So here we will say upload form, and we will add an event listener. So e.prevent default, we will prevent the auto submission of the form, and then we will actually get the data. So we will get the form data by using the form data constructor, new form data, and we will pass the reference of the form, so which is e.target. That's all, and then we will get the reference of the progress bar guys, and this will be document.getElement by ID, and this will be progress bar. And after that we will need to say the progress text. We will get all these values because we have given the IDs to it. Progress text. If you can just cross check guys, go to index.html, you will see these, we have given these IDs. This is the progress text, progress bar. So we are actually targeting these elements dynamically inside our JavaScript by using getElement by ID. So now we will actually make a post request guys by using fetch API. So fetch API is built in. You need not have to install any library for this. So we will make a fetch request to /convert, and this will be a actual post request. So method will be here post, and we will pass the actual form data object as a body, and this returns a promise guys. As you all know, we will handle this promise by dot then, and we will get the response here. We need to convert this response first of all to JSON, and again it will return the promise. We will actually get our data like this, so we can simply console log the data right here. So this is the post request now we need to make in the backend server, Express server, and right here now here we need to actually make the post request. Before that we now need to just here declare some variables. First variable for the video format and the second one will be for the jobs. So this will be an empty object. We will be using it later on. First of all, let me make that post request /convert. So here we will actually pass the middleware, guys, that we created of Malter. So we need to upload the file first of all. So upload.single, we will upload that file, and here you need to uh, just pass the name attribute. So whatever name attribute that you have given, guys, in that select form, if you see, you need to give this name attribute here to the input element. So whatever name attribute you have given, you need to simply paste it right here, and that's all. So this will first of all upload that file in the uploads directory. If you just say here console log request.file.path, it will basically print out the path of the uploaded file once you upload the video. So my application has started. If I try to upload the video here, choose the video and select my video here, click on convert. So nothing here happens, but you will see it will actually print out the path of the video upload slash our video file has been uploaded. If you check the uploads folder, so this is your video is uploaded, guys. You can cross check. It is present inside the uploads folder. So we have uploaded the video, guys. So now what we need to do is that we need to process it using Fluent-FFMPEG. Just make this function as async, and after that what we need to do is that here we first of all need to create a variable of job ID, and here we need to convert this into a date now string to string variable, and after that we just need to make, so after this we just need to also store the path of the input file as well. So just make a variable for that input file path. So here we will say that request.file.path here, and we also be storing the video format. So whatever video format the user has selected, so request.body.video format, and after that we will simply say here const output file path, and output file path here simply means that what will be the name given to the output file. So we will give this name here, dynamic name, so job ID, and followed by the video format. So all these things will be dynamic, guys. Video format will be dynamic, AVI, MP4, 3GP, whatever format is selected, and also the job ID. This will also be dynamic. Every time this value will change. So based upon the output file path will also change. And after that, we will actually use now this FF probe library to get metadata about the video. So we will use this now, and one such information we can extract is the streams. So this is actually a async method, so we need to use await here, and here we will pass the path of the input file path like this, and it takes an object here. You need to pass a path here which is FF probe. And for this application to take place, guys, you need to have locally installed the FFmpeg library. So just make sure that you have installed FFmpeg locally inside command line. So just go to FFmpeg official website to download it for Windows. It's a cross-platform format software. So after that, it will basically return this information. So now we need to create a variable here, video stream. So streams.find, we will find this information, which we need only this information, which is total duration. So stream.codec, all such information is available, guys, codec type, and here we will say if the codec type is equal to video, and here you will extract the total duration of the video like this. Total duration is equal to video stream. We will use a ternary operator here. If it is exist, then we need to convert the parts float to convert the float number into decimal. So video stream dot duration, and if it does not exist, then put the 0. That's all. So if you just console log it, guys, basically it will calculate the total duration of the video in seconds. It will give you this value. So if I remove this video and again upload this video here and check the console. So now you can see, guys, automatically it has given me the total duration of the video, which is 53 seconds. So now we exactly got the total duration of the video, guys. We have calculated it using FFProbe library. And based upon this, guys, we can now make our progress bar. So now to make the progress bar, we will use that progress package. And we will instantiate a new progress reference here, and inside this we need to pass here this string right here. So just copy paste this, and this will be in percentage, so that's why colon percent, again colon ETAS. It takes an object of width is 40. You can change this width accordingly. Total will be total duration. That's all. And now we need to make the job, guys. So now to make the job, we will simply say FFmpeg, and we will simply say input. We will add the input here, which is input file path. So this we are using the Fluent-FFMPEG package, guys. So it makes it very much easy, guys, to execute FFmpeg command. So it has contain input function which actually takes the input file. Then we have the function of video codec. If you want to provide your GPU, let's suppose in my machine GPU is supported. I am using NVIDIA GPU. If you don't have a graphic card, then this video codec function will not work. I have a dedicated graphic card, that's why I'm using this function. So here you need to provide your graphic card. So NVIDIA GPU has this name associative, which is NVNC. I will use my dedicated graphic card for the processing of the video. If you don't, you by default it will use your CPU. So this increases the speed of the processing, guys. That's why I'm using it. And then it also contains a function which is audio codec. So here you can provide the audio codec. So this I will use AAC. You can check out the FFmpeg documentation for all these values. And then we need to add some output options as well. So it contains this method, output options. And here we will actually provide inside square brackets dash move flags frag underscore keyframe plus empty move. So all these things are given, guys, in the full source code. If you are confused in any way, shape or form, you can check the full check the code in the description. So we have added this, and now we will attach some events out there. It contains on function. Here we can attach the start event. So whenever the processing is started, guys, this function will execute. And here we will say console log message that your FFmpeg command started. And here we will say command. That's all. And right here, guys, we will emit a event to the front end using socket.io. So it contains a method which is input output IO, the same variable that we have used right here. For this is a variable that we are using, guys. You will see input output, and it contains a method which is called as emit. It will emit out an event. So we will say conversion started. So this name you can choose whatever name that you want. I will choose this event just to say conversion started, and we will pass the job ID as the data to the front end. So you can pass some data as well, some variables and objects, some arrays. We are passing a simple variable to the front end. And after that, it also contains another method which is progress, another event. to show the progress bar. So here our Fluent-FFMPEG has a built-in progress. It will return the progress of the command. So here we will simply current time in seconds. So we will write a helper function here which will convert this formats to seconds. So the progress will contain a property called as time mark. So here we need to make a function which will be responsible for converting. So this function is very simple. Let me copy this function. So paste it right here below. Essentially what this is doing, guys, basically it is converting the format to the seconds. It is taking that value, splitting it up, and then multiplying by 3600, then multiply at 60. It is returning that value in only seconds. That's all. After that, guys, what we need to do is that we now need to update the progress bar. And after that, we need to say bar.update and current time in seconds divided by total duration. Again, we will emit a event here to the front end, which is conversion progress. Here we will return the progress of the progress bar. First we will return the job ID, and second property we will return is the progress. So this will be bar dot current value divided by bar dot total value. So this is some maths going on. We need to multiply this value by 100 to get the percentage. That's all, guys. And one event will also be there for AND event is also there. So we will simply say here on AND. So in the AND event, basically we will reset the progress bar update 1. So this will reset the progress bar. And here is a console log a message here, conversion finished. And then we will simply get the download URL. We will save this inside our download folder and followed by job ID. A download folder will be created automatically and we will download from here. And then what we need to say, jobs dot job ID is equal to, and we will make a object which will contain a property of status or finished. So whenever the command is finished, guys, we will provide in this object here. Also the second property will be the download URL. That's all. And lastly, guys, we will also be having one more event for the error as well. So if any sort of error take place, we will update, not reset the progress bar, and then we will console log error message and jobs job ID. We will contain this object. This time the status will be failed. That's all. And here we forgot to emit the event. So this time event will be conversion finished. And here we will pass the data, which is job ID and the download URL. So here also we will emit conversion failed, the job ID. That's all. And lastly, guys, this event basically this one, yeah, we need to have this method is there in Fluent-FFMPEG. What format you need to convert to? we need to convert to this format, which is video format, whatever the format is selected by the user, and then output, dot output. So where you need to save this file, so we need to save that in the output file path, that's all. And lastly, we need to run this. So, and but in order to run this, we will say job.run. Because we are storing all this in a variable, if you check out, we are storing this job in a variable. So every conversion the user performs in your application will be a separate job. That's why we created a jobs. This is a empty object. So every conversion that the user performs in your application is part of a job, and we have assigned a job here, and we keep track progress, and we keep track of the job using through the progress bar. So using socket.io. And lastly, after you do this, running that, you also need to say jobs job ID, and the current status is status in progress, so the value will be in progress. And then the job we need to say, and the bar, and we need to return this value as a JSON response from this backend endpoint job ID. That's all. So quite the code is a little bit complicated, guys. Let me summarize you the backend code here. Basically, here we are processing the video using Fluent-FFMPEG, and here we are returning a event conversion started. Whenever your command will be started, this event will be automatically fired to the front end of the application. Whenever there is a progress going on, this event we will fire it conversion progress. We will provide the progress value by calculating it dynamically. When the conversion is finished, then again we will provide one other event, which is conversion finished, and we will provide the download URL to the front end so that the user can download the video file. And in the same case, conversion failed as well. Lastly, as of now, the status is in progress because the user hasn't selected the video file. So we will simply pass the job ID as a progress. That's all. Now we need to write the front end code. So just go to index.html file, and here we need to go to script.js, because if you do something like this, the progress bar will not show. If I select the file, click on convert, progress bar will not show, I think, but the conversion will take place. You will see that. If you also check, the file has been converted. You will see the file has been converted. Let me delete that. Let me select this. I need to convert this into FLV. If I check here, click on this button here. So in the command line, if you see, guys, basically 98% conversion finished, but nothing is happening in the front end. The file hasn't been uploaded, I think. This is the thing. Yeah, you can see that the file has been stored here in the uploads folder, and the FLV file has been generated, but nothing is showing in the front end because we haven't written the socket.io events. So now we need to write those code so that our front end is responsive. Just go to script.js, guys, and write here just after you do this, just make sure, yeah, after you start your socket.io, after this we now need to write these socket.on. We need to listen for those events which are fired from the backend server. One such event is conversion started. When the conversion started, guys, we will get the job ID, and we can console log in the browser that conversion for job. We can use backtick symbol here. Job ID started. So then we will say document.get element by ID progress container dot style dot display. We will show the progress bar. So right here, guys, we are basically showing the progress bar here. We are changing the value dot style dot display to block. So wherein the conversion will be started. So if you just refresh your application, choose your file, and so now you can see our progress bar has been shown, but it is not animating. It is not going from 0% to 100%, but we have shown the progress bar, because if you see our conversion for this job ID, so this specific job ID, this message is assigned started. We have received an object. If you see, this is a job ID that we received right here as a JSON response. So now what we need to do is that, guys, with this, we now need to animate that. So for animating it, we have another event here, which is conversion in progress. Conversion in progress, and right here we will get our job ID like this. We need to extract the job ID only, and the progress like this. So inside this, we just need to say console log job ID progress percentage, and then we need to say document.get element by ID progress bar dot value is equal to the actual progress which is made. That's all. And lastly, document.get element by ID progress text. We also need to animate this also. The dot text content is equal to the actual progress which is made. So inside backtick symbol, we will have the actual progress which is made here. So progress percentage. We need to also add the sign percentage here. So if you now refresh, guys, you will have some magic here going on. So based upon the time given in the command, if I select that, so you can see that basically nothing is there. It should animate, but I think it is not animating. Let me see, guys, what is the problem here. Basically, if you see, I think I made a spelling mistake here. Conversion, okay, conversion progress. In is not there. So conversion progress. That was the problem. So just make this spelling mistake was there. Let me refresh this. Select your file and check out the console also. As I click the convert button, so you will see, guys, it will progress and also show it in the command line in the console also. So 7%, 24%, 39, 53, 60. Once it reaches 100%, it stops. Now we also need to show that download converted file button also. So after that, there is one such event is also there, which is conversion finished. And inside we will extract our job ID and the download URL. And inside that, we will simply now show the progress text to, we will reset this progress bar to 0. Text content will be equal to 100% because the conversion is completed. So 100%, and document.get element by ID, we will basically show the download button. So a download link href will be equal to download URL. And also we will need to show the download link as well. So we will say style.display to block. We will show the download button. So if I refresh now, guys, click on convert. So as it reaches 100%, guys, your download converted file button will also show. So as you click this button, nothing will happen right here. The file is not downloading. So what we need to do is that there is a fix. We need to write code for this also. Similar manner, we also need to write code for this conversion failed event also. So it will show an alert message if the conversion doesn't go well. Conversion failed, please try again. It will hide the progress bar. That's all. And now to download the file, guys, whenever we get the response here, we need to say show progress bar. So here you will say document.get element by ID progress container dot style dot display block. And then we also need to reset the progress bar as well. So progress value is equal to 0. Progress text dot text content to 0%. So that's all, guys. I think that's all that we need to do right here. So this application is complete. Let me just delete that and also delete this. Now the question remains, guys, how we can basically download that file when we click this button. We need to download the output file. So for now downloading that, it's very simple. We now need to add a GET request inside our application to actually. So this GET request is very simple. Let me show you the code for that. Yeah, this is the GET request we need to add. So this will actually download the file when you click that download button. So let me add this GET request. You can add this right here, app.get and slash. This will be a dynamic route, slash download slash followed by the job ID. So here we will say request response, and we will extract the job ID here from the request.params. Job status based upon whether it's finished or failed. We will get the job status from jobs.job ID. And then we will simply say if job status is failed, in that case we will say here return a 404 message that job not found. And if the job is found, then we will extract its status by job status. And here we will compare if the status is equal to finished, then in that case we need to download the file. So now for downloading the file, we will use response.download of Express.js method. We will pass the path, download path. So the path I think is declared, download path. We can basically just create a variable for that. Download path is equal to converted job ID and video format. And if you do this like this, guys, that's all. If you refresh your application, click on this button, click on convert. Now click, and now your file will be downloaded, guys. If you see, you can play your file. So in this way, guys, you can build out a fully fledged video converter with Progressbar using Fluent-FFMPEG. Let's suppose if you select a very high file, which is very high size file, which is 1 GB. This is 1 GB file. I need to convert this into FLV. So it will take a lot of time. So as you click the convert button, first of all, it will take a lot of time to also, you can see now the progress bar is showing right here. So it's a very big file, 1 GB. So the progress bar is now slowly increasing. So once it reaches 100%, you will actually get your file. So the importance of progress bar is very much good, guys, because in many cases, in many applications, if progress bar is not there, user will not stay inside your application. So it's very good that in this video we saw how we can track the progress of the FFmpeg command as well. In many websites, progress bars are not there if in video converter websites. So I think it's a very good project. The links are given in the description. You can purchase the full source code. If you have any doubt in this video, the links are given. You can also contact me after payment. If you have any issues, you can contact me at my email ID. It is given in the about section of the YouTube channel. You can contact me if you have any problems after the purchase. And it's a fully fledged application. You can deploy this application on your own website as well. Go to DigitalOcean and you can straight away deploy this application, put some ads, and you can earn a lot of ad revenue as well. So if you are interested, the links are given. You can directly purchase the full source code. You can go to PayPal and make the payment in United States dollar, or you can go to Stripe and make the payment in Indian rupees. Both the payment links are given in the description of the video. And this will be the awesome application. You will be able to make some more applications like this. You will get to know more about once you purchase the full source code if you have any sort of issues. So it's a very big file, guys. That's why it is taking a lot of time. And once now it reaches 100%, the file will be able to download. So now you can see that 100% reached, and click on that, your file has been downloaded. So it is compressed also. You will see original size was 1 GB. It has been compressed and converted to FLV 182 MB. So thanks very much, guys, for watching this video, and I will be seeing you in the next video. Please hit that like button, subscribe the channel, and I will be seeing you in the next video.